This was such a sad chapter. Rest in peace, Choso. That man was a real one. This was such a full circle moment for Yuji and Choso being brothers, especially because when Choso and Yuji first met, Choso tried to end this man's life just for it to go back round to end up being the guy who saves his life. The only thing I got from Sukuna's ultimate technique is that if that blender does not finish you, this man gonna cook you like a well-done steak. And in unrelated news, if you eat your steak well done,
your mom's out.
I genuinely enjoyed the energy that Choso brought to the story. Like, why do I feel that Gege was just out here just plotting? Dude really sat there and was like, so if I give you one brother, I will take one away. On life, Gege really got a death note in his back pocket. And for the purposes of this video, assuming you got a death note, my government name is Sukuna. Ryomen Sukuna. Uncle Ryomen Sukuna. No relation. Yo, so whenever I look at my YouTube analytics, a lot of people who actually watch my channel are actually from my YouTube recommendations. Y'all not even subscribed. So, if you're new to the channel and you like this kind of content, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button too. Thanks. Why is it that whenever we get an explanation for powers and abilities in Jujutsu Kaisen, I get this long, dragged out face? It's the same face I pulled trying to understand the 6 categories of Nen in Hunter x Hunter. Gege and Togashi gotta be related at this point. I'm talking like brothers. Okay, step brothers. Cousins. Family. To shorten this whole thing up, because I'm not going through that long ass explanation. Number 1, Sukuna got the power of a blender, and he's packing more heat than the Uchiha clan. Number 2, with all these binding vows that this man has been spamming, this guy's plot armor is thicker than oatmeal. Number 3, blood manipulation is literally waterbed. And if you never watched Avatar, your childhood sucks. Sorry, not sorry, but we're not gonna talk about that movie, because yeah, that was trash. The boys are back. Yuji's best offender. This dynamic duo were literally drafted just to jump. I think it's best to take a trip down memory lane to see those epic highlights. The first contender we have, walking in at 7'5", weighing in at 280 pounds of pure muscle and cursed energy. Gender still, moving on, because I don't want that smoke. We have Hanami.
You're a victim. Here we go.
Our second contender, walking in at 5'10", weighing in at 185 pounds. Probably one of the most hated villains of all time. We have Mahito.
You're a victim. Here we go.
The way they got jumped should actually be studied. I'm low-key worried for Sukuna, but in retrospect, many people have stepped to Sukuna, and they've all fallen nonetheless. As far as we know, Boogie Woogie's back, and that whole I still feel the heartbeat of Boogie Woogie, I don't want to hear that shit. You wouldn't have brought my man back if he couldn't do nothing, so knock it off. I like how Todo says, I'm not really sure if my technique really worked, so they're probably okay. I don't know for sure, but possibly. And then Yuji's like, either way, Todo tears off his bandage, and it looks like his hand has been fully restored. So the only thing I can say is, can we get a moment of silence for Choso? Perfect. Choso really been out here fighting. This man literally went from running one of the greatest fades in Jujutsu Kaisen history and almost taking Yuji's life within the process, to joining Yuji, embracing brotherhood, and training Yuji, to fighting alongside Yuji, tanking a Black Flash, to now sacrificing himself for Yuji. Like, that man legitimately a real one. If I went to a bar fight, he definitely on the squad. The interaction between Yuji and Choso definitely made me feel sad, just because you can genuinely see that Choso really wants to help Yuji, but actually feels helpless in regards to being able to train him the way that he wants. Yuji and Choso have a moment where they actually engage with each other, and Choso tells Yuji that he's actually proud of him and he's happy that he became his little brother. Yuji even goes back to the extent where he acknowledges Choso as his big brother. And I mean, legitimately, they're actually brothers. I'm like, Kenjaku's legitimately the daddy. Regardless of who the mama is, I mean, I'm still waiting for CPS to hit me up about that. He even compliments him about learning reverse curse technique at a faster rate than he does. And you can tell there just isn't even a sense of jealousy. Normally, an older brother tends to have a harder life than the younger brother. Normally, it's not applicable to everybody. Before I gotta hear that next. But you could tell he was really proud of him. The conversation overall between Yuji and Choso was definitely a wholesome moment. Yuji's inner conflict was so real. After the fight with Mahito, he genuinely accepted the position he was born to play, which was to play a cog in a clock. And that's it. Literally to be the man that just wakes up and destroys curses, to the point where he had Mahito reevaluate his entire existence. And after witnessing Choso die, you can tell that mental fortitude was shook all the way down to the roots. Talking on some real life shit, that genuinely happens. Now I gotta put on my David Goggins drip on.
When the odds are against you, your biggest believer will be you. No one can believe in your craft more than you. And trust me, you have those moments in life where those events will shake your beliefs to the very core. But you gotta move past it, man. You gotta get better. You gotta get stronger. Who gonna carry the boat? They don't know me, son. They don't know me, son. They don't know me, son.
Jokes aside, that's Yuji, to the point where now he has a sense of disbelief in regards to his purpose and his role. And despite what's going on now, no one is above that, to the point where that can happen to anybody. It turns out that the second person Yuji swapped with was Okotsu. And now that actually makes things pretty interesting. I ain't gonna lie, I thought we'd still have like a couple weeks to be able to speculate about who he swapped with. But honestly, Gege gave it to us just like that. I'm guessing Yuji learned reverse curse technique because Sukuna used it in his body, or it may have been Okotsu using it in his body, making it easier overall. If that isn't the case and Okotsu taught him something else, I'm guessing we're probably going to see what Okotsu taught him later down the line. In regards to everything else, Todo and Meimei's plan was actually kept hidden from Yuji, and the reason is that there's still resonance between him and Sukuna, to the point where there may still be a connection. And in this sense, it works against the sorcerers because that plan that they came up with had the possibility of actually being leaked. I mean, we've seen it plenty of times with Gojo. And we all know that it wouldn't have happened intentionally. It seems like it would have been leaked out unconsciously. But as of right now, Sukuna's tank is running a little empty and his output is in the ground. Translation, this man about to have some problems. Let me know your thoughts below. Did Choso's death make you sad? Did you enjoy the chapter? Did you dislike it? What did you think of Todo actually coming back? And how do you feel knowing that Todo's back, he has his hand back, and they about to jump Sukuna? But yeah, let me know your thoughts below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace!